So, 1,000 views in my last video on YoungDefiant. I'm gonna be totally honest, I really didn't feel like making another YoungDefiant video or even another commentary video, but you guys really seem to like these, and for the YoungDefiant video, you guys at least seem to be interested in it. And that's basically the whole reason I'm making this video, because I don't feel like I got my point shown well enough. So that's why I'm starting commentary January again, but most of the people I want to do a commentary on either didn't upload, or I really don't have anything to say that hasn't been said before. But with YoungDefiant, oh boy, I have a lot to say about him. Also, if any of you guys are new, just go look in the description and my survey will be there, so you can just tell me what you think of my channel. Since I have a small channel, I'll basically have to read all of your responses, and it'll really help me improve my channel to give you guys more of the content that you want. Anyways, let's just get on with the video. So, if you don't watch YoungDefiant, which according to him, nobody does, and he deserves more viewers, that was also him saying it, he's been saying ever since February of 2018 on every single goddamn stream that he will be quitting YouTube, or that this will be his last stream. And also, he streams daily. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me almost 730 times, you're literally not fooling anybody. Holy shit, almost 2 years he's been telling this shit. Literally 2 years of, this is my final YouTube stream, and I'm quitting YouTube, and you guys don't fucking support. Maybe the closest thing he's ever gotten to quitting is pulling a fake out in, I think, the summer of 2019, where he privated all his videos that told people that they would be gone until he got paid, but of course, all those videos made him money, and he couldn't monetize without those videos, so he just put them back up not even a week later. And he also has a bunch of just fucking amazing videos, so let's just take a look at a few. So the first video on his channel we're going to be looking at is the Nintendo Switch video. If you don't know this, a while back, maybe in 2017 or 2016, he made a video claiming that the Switch sucked. About 2 or 3 years later, he bought one. I'm just gonna let him explain himself. While you're watching the video, you'll probably notice that this guy literally thinks he's a god. Some of his videos, he'll go, your parents, teachers, and friends look up to me, and I know people hate me, but then again, Jesus was hated, but look at him. But just continue with the video already. What the fuck? 15 seconds in, and I'm already questioning this guy's sanity. This guy should have put the fucking Joker.
Woo! Oh man! YoungDefiant, aka the king of gaming, the king of YouTube, the littlest gamer on the internet, the 100% fact spinner, the one who's better than you in every way, has returned to once again deliver the facts, has once again returned to deliver the greatness.
One thing that I noticed is that his ego grew a whole lot worse over the past few years. Maybe it's because he got 10K, or maybe he's always shown this. I really didn't notice it back then. But he used to be an ass, but his terrible ego mostly started after he did a rant on his fans, which, if you have a YouTube channel, is something you should never do. He also starts all his videos out always saying how much better he is than you, how great he is. Just stop sucking yourself off, for God's sake. You act like you're a fucking god.
Come on, young, I mean, like, come on! But you said, but you said, I mean, but like, come on, you said, only Uber will buy Switch. You said that if you buy Switch, you'll get it. You said Nintendo sucks. You said, but you said, and it's like, come on, man. See, you losers are going to have to understand something.
Yeah, I understand it. You make videos saying something sucks for views to piss people off, and then the only arguments you have to say that they suck are, it's bad, and it's mainstream. He has opinions, but nothing to back them up. I say Luigi's Mansion 3 is better than Smash Ultimate because I just had a lot more fun with Luigi's Mansion 3. I have nostalgia for the first Luigi's Mansion games, and I grew up with them. With Smash, it's a really fun game. But I have things to back up my opinion. He just says the Switch sucks because literally actually never gave a reason.
I'm on such a higher level than you, it's ridiculous. I'm on a level you will never be able to reach. I'm the king of gaming for a reason. I'm the realest gamer of all time for a reason. You will never be able to understand the creative genius that goes into my psyche. You will never be able to understand the creative thought process that goes on in my brain. You people are low-level individuals, and I'm a high-level thinker. I am a high-level entity. I'm a high-level being, a very intellectual individual. So please just stay in your lane, man.
What? What? I don't understand what he just said. What I say doesn't apply to me. I used to just write him off as a troll, but no, even trolls aren't this retarded. A troll isn't going to go out and say that what they say doesn't apply to them. This guy was seriously dropped from a 40-foot tower as a child and has some serious brain damage. This is like some first grader tried to make an argument why Xbox is only for cool people and the Switch is for babies.
Because if you try to understand the greatness that goes into my brain, it's going to overheat your brain. You will never be able to keep up with me. But see, you also have to understand, when I say only idiots will buy something, I'm talking about you losers, not me. I'm one of the greatest to ever do it. What I say does not apply to me. It applies to you.
Okay, so I'm not sure if this is what he's saying, but I'm pretty sure I get it now. So basically he's saying that he's in the higher class, basically along with Jesus, and what he says doesn't apply to him. He gets all the dislikes because he doesn't admit that this is his opinion and that he tells everyone that this is just fact.
How dare you try to bring me down to your level and think what I says or what I say also applies to me. It applies to you, and that's it. I can make a game, I can make a video saying this game sucks, and then the next day go out and buy that game and say I love it. I'm great like that.
That doesn't even make sense. That's why you don't say something sucks before you've played it. I used to think that The Last of Us was just a generic zombie game, but now I fucking love it. I used to think that the Zelda franchise was just a dumb fantasy series, but now one of the Zelda games is my favorite game of all time. And then that was also when Skylanders was my favorite game franchise, and I thought Undertale should be compared to massive games like Twilight Princess or Mario Galaxy. Basically, you don't say something is good or bad until you've seen the credits roll on whatever you're talking about. You say you're neutral.
You people will never be on my level. And the crazy part is, I thought YoungDefiant was a troll. You see, left and right, I'm receiving comments. Don't take YoungDefiant seriously. He's a troll. Don't listen to what YoungDefiant says. He's nothing but a troll. So last time I checked, I thought trolls were full of shit. Like they were not supposed to be taken seriously.
He's not a troll. I used to think that, but no, he can't be. Trolls aren't this dumb. He was dropped from a 40-foot tower as a child and has severe brain damage. The people who tell you that because they're proving you wrong for once, but you never admit to anything, so I don't even get the point.
You weren't supposed to listen to what a troll has to say, but now you're trying to listen to what I have to say, trying to go on this video and say, but you said in this video, but you said in that video. It's like, you motherfuckers are all over the place. Like, it's insane. One second you say I'm trolling, but then the next second you try to hold me to some shit that I said like decades ago?
It was not decades ago. At the moment, it wasn't even 5 years ago. It was 2 years, at the most 3.
And that's what's wrong with you idiots. You're always in the past worrying about what I said decades ago. Meanwhile, I'm in the future laughing at you idiots for still being stuck in the past.
Also, just a side note here, his editing is just ugly. Now he doesn't even record B-roll for the video, it's just a picture of a game saying it sucks or a shaking camera recording the Nintendo Switch box while he rants about why the Switch sucks and never gives a valid reason.
But I've never understood that. YoungDefiant's a troll, don't take him seriously, but yet I'm going to take him seriously and try to call him out for some shit that he said decades ago. Do you see why that just leaves me scratching my head? I'm like, what is going on here? Now, of course, all the higher level individuals such as myself will know there ain't no way in hell YoungDefiant is a troll. How is YoungDefiant a troll when everything that he says is facts?
Facts. He talks like 6'9", trying to make an excuse for why he shouldn't have gone to jail.
When YoungDefiant is spitting nothing but pure 100% facts in every single video, every single sentence, how is he trolling? Like, the higher level thinkers such as myself will know I'm not trolling. But of course, the casuals, the fake gamers such as you people.
Also, he calls anyone who likes mainstream games casuals. Yes, sometimes this can be correct, but if you play a variety of games from open worlds to turn-based RPGs to JRPGs to shooters and you like all of them, I wouldn't really call you a casual. Now, if all you like are just the new Call of Duty or the new FIFA or the new Madden or whatever the hell new sports game is, and only buy those games because your friends have them, then yes, you're a casual.
Say, oh, YoungDefiant's trolling, don't take him seriously, but I'm still going to take him seriously anyway, so I just contradicted myself. You people just have no idea what you're doing in life. And it's sad. It's honestly just sad. But yes, as you can see, YoungDefiant has officially bought a Nintendo Switch.
He says this as if people care, which, if you really care that some retarded YouTuber spent his money on a Switch to buy hentai games, go play Breath of the Wild. Go play The Last of Us. Go play Luigi's Mansion 3. Go watch the new Joker movie. Literally go do anything, for God's sake.
Officially bought a Nintendo Switch, and some of you might be thinking, hey Young, what made you decide to buy a Nintendo Switch? And truly the fact of the matter is I wanted to play Japanese games. You know, I saw games like Fire Emblem and I said, oh hell yeah. I saw games like Astral Chain, I said, oh hell yeah.
Okay, those are both good games, but there's nothing even close to what the bigger titles on Switch have to offer, like Breath of the Wild or Luigi's Mansion 3 or Smash, and the ability to take a whole bunch of third-party games on the go. That should be why you buy a Switch.
You know, of course, the new Shin Megami Tensei game is on the horizon. I think Nintendo is going to have some amazing Japanese games coming, and I am the king of Japanese games. I'm the king of Japanese content in general, anime, everything. I am the king. I run that shit. That's how it's always been for me, because I'm a real gamer. I am the king of gaming. Yeah, man. Even that shitty-ass Pokemon game I might try. Who knows? But yes, I am officially a Nintendo Switch owner. I always knew that this console had potential. I always knew that this console would show me something in the future. And I'm glad I believed in this system.
No, you didn't. You specifically said this console will never be good, and even in the title he still says the Switch sucks. It was clickbait, but still, and he never believed in it. Fucking liar.
I'm glad I said, okay, let me fall the fuck back. I know Nintendo is going to come out with some heat eventually, and it looks like they're doing that now. It looks like they're doing that now. So yes, as you can see, got the blue and red one, you know. I'm going to be getting my Crip and my blood on. I'm going to be going hard as hell on this shit, man. Now, there are a few months in between where I'm going to have to wait for those games to come out. Of course, Fire Emblem, I think it doesn't come out until like July, maybe. Astral Chain, I think it comes out in August. So even if this doesn't get a lot of playtime right now, at least I know I'll have it prepared for when those games come out. And yes, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. But yeah, I'm the king of gaming. Don't you dirty, low-level individuals ever try to, question me. I do what I want.
Okay, so even when you say the people who think you're a troll go back on their thoughts, first of all, they're trying to call you out. Second of all, while they go back on their thoughts, so do you. So when you tell everyone else that these are facts and they're never going to change, and you change these quote-unquote facts, that takes your entire title away.
Don't worry about what I said decades ago. I've never seen people that are just so low level, they're always stuck in the past worrying about what you said decades ago. Meanwhile, I'm in the future laughing at you idiots for still being stuck in the past. But yeah, all you people that play those trash games like Smash Bros. And Mario and all that.
He bought it for Smash. He knew Joker was in it and he bought it. Young, if you're watching this and you really think that Smash is a bad game, then prove me the fuck wrong.
I'm not gonna be on those trash games. I'm doing strictly Japanese, baby. Let's go, man. YoungDefiant, goddammit. Nintendo Switch, goddammit. Let's go. Shit. Fuck. Hype. Let's go. Turn up, hype. How the fuck do I end this?
What the fuck? What the fuck was that ending? What? I really have to think that that was intentional. So I skipped a lot of his video, but basically he bought a Switch for Japanese games like Fire Emblem and Astral Chain, which both of those are good games, but like they're just as good as some of the mainstream games, so I don't get his deal, but whatever. So basically he's pulling a donkey with The Last of Us, but instead of going back and admitting that he was wrong, he goes, "Oh no, I was right, it's just the rules I specifically put up where if you buy a Nintendo Switch, you're an idiot, but if I buy one, I'm still right because of some weird anime hentai shit or something." He talks about Astral Chain and Fire Emblem being good, but I'm almost sure that the reason he bought a Switch was because of Joker getting put into Smash, and he sucks Persona 5 off so much that he'll buy a new console just to port him in Smash. That's just what I think, but I don't know. Also, he has a worst games of the decade list on here, and one of the things that YoungDefiant will do is he'll say something but then go back on it. Like he'll say Breath of the Wild sucks and shouldn't have won Game of the Year and call Horizon Zero Dawn a great game, which it is, but then he'll go back on it 2 years later and say that Horizon Zero Dawn sucks because, fuck you, that's why, fuck you. Because he's such a king that he doesn't even need to explain why something sucks. It'd be like me saying that Endgame sucks without giving a valid reason why, just saying Avengers Endgame sucks because literally anyone who likes it is a casual who doesn't know what good movies are. I win, bye bye. With my reviews, I at least try to give a valid explanation on why I like something or why I don't. I don't just say you're retarded for liking this movie or game. Now, I'll admit, I did get a little too aggressive in my endgame rant, and I really didn't understand it after just watching it, but if you try to tell me that my expectations were way too high from Infinity War, that's just a huge lie. Infinity War set a bar so huge that there were a million places they could have taken that movie, but they didn't. They could have even added a darker element. Sure, the first act was kinda dark, but it got as dark as something like Breath of the Wild. Literally half the entire population got wiped from existence. You'd think that it would have a little bit of a darker tone. So basically what you'll see in his worst games of the decade video is basically him hating on all the most popular games of the decade to piss people off reviews. And if you haven't noticed yet, that's basically his entire channel. Just pissing people off reviews or making people think something is bad, because if you haven't noticed this yet, everything he reviews is just mainstream and popular. Super Mario Odyssey, The Last of Us, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and he never, ever gives a valid explanation. So this is basically a video of him naming the most mainstream games of the decade, not a video of him naming the worst games. The worst games would maybe be Fallout 76 or Battlefront 2, maybe the FNAF games, I don't really know. And he doesn't even have a best games of the decade list because he can't make one because he literally doesn't like games. But let's just get on with watching his goddamn video. Also, another side note for the video, he got so much backlash from it that he oh my god. He turned off the fucking comments. Okay, now let's actually start. So basically the first 5 minutes of the video is him just telling everyone, I am great, you are not. I have a Twitch channel. I am a fucking homeless person who edits video with fucking Microsoft Photo Story. And I stream and make good content. And subscribing to me basically means I am a religion and you are following. So let's get to where the video actually starts. I know I said that like a minute ago, but like now we're actually getting to, you know, just come on.
So this decade will go down as one of the worst decades for gaming. It was filled with completely garbage games and gamers who were too stupid to understand what good games are. So I figured it was time for me, YoungDefiant, aka the king of gaming, to go over the worst games of the decade. Games that are completely overrated trash that didn't deserve the hype and praise that they got. This list is 100% objective. This is a fact. This is not an opinion. You losers should know by now that I spit pure 100% facts in every
Oh my god, just start the goddamn video already.
single one of my videos. With that being said, let's get right into this list with the first game, which is The Last of Us.
Where the fuck did you get that picture? It looks like you took the poster for the PS3 game and just stretched it out and slapped it on the video. What the hell?
The Last of Us is easily one of the most garbage and overrated games of all time. Has a boring generic story with bad characters that lack any depth.
Yes, the zombie story is kind of a mishmash of past zombie stories like The Walking Dead and Maze Runner. But the thing is that the thing that carries it is the characters. It's like Stranger Things. The story is one of the most generic stories I've ever seen, but the characters are what carry the show. It's why you feel at least a little emotion at the end of the game. Also, The Last of Us is a fucking amazing game, which you should definitely try if you have a PS4, and if you don't have a PS4, go out and buy one, because The Last of Us alone is worth it for the PS4.
These characters are just cardboard cutouts that have no personality. They're so cliche. I mean, the gameplay is boring, repetitive, and amounts to nothing more than just bad stealth mechanics, sneaking around and choking, sneaking around and stabbing.
So the gameplay is not the center focus of the game. You should be able to figure that out by like the opening. It's the story and how well it's written. Basically, if YoungDefiant says something's bad, it means either it's mainstream or it's fucking amazing. But the gameplay of The Last of Us is good because it's realistic. Your hit marker will move around while you target your enemy. It makes it a little more difficult, and the gameplay isn't as realistic as it could be now, but at the time it was the most realistic game out there. Everything just made sense. You knew why these characters did something.
It's just the same old boring gameplay. Getting a plank for Ellie to swim on because she can't swim. It's just so stupid. Like, how is this gameplay fun? This is not a game. This is a movie. That's all it is. If it wasn't, because that's all people talk about anyway. Nobody ever praises the gameplay in this.
It's not a movie because the story wouldn't be nearly as good without the gameplay. It really makes you feel for these characters, and when you get to a point where the main character makes an important decision, you don't make that decision, you realize, I'm not the main character. Sure, I'm playing as him or her, but the gameplay is more of a storytelling device.
When they talk about The Last of Us, they're strictly talking about a story. We're not playing stories, we're playing games. The gameplay is supposed to be what matters, not story. If you want a good story, go watch a movie. That's all this game is a movie. The gameplay is horrible. This cannot be considered a game. You know, the graphics are simply embarrassing. The game looks like trash. It runs like trash with so many bugs.
First of all, it's a PS3 game. Second of all, literally everything you said in that sentence is wrong. It's actually one of the best looking games that I've seen, especially considering that it's a PS3 game. The amount of details in this game are just phenomenal. How you can see Ellie's footprints in the snow, how you can find Twitter accounts of places in the game. Just everything is so well done.
Bugs and glitches. The game is just horrible. Anyone who likes this game is not a gamer at all.
YoungDefiant, yet again, telling you a game you like sucks, and you are retarded for liking it without giving a real explanation, and instead just telling you how dumb you are.
Next up is Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought the first Red Dead Redemption was trash, but the second one is even worse. It's a boring plot hole infested, pulled out of thin air story that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I'm not gonna say anything if he's right or wrong on this one because I haven't seen the credits roll in Red Dead 2. What I've played of it was fine, but what I've seen is no masterpiece. It looks okay, I don't understand the whole deal with the graphics, but yeah, it's fine. It's not GTA 5 fun, but it's okay. I'm just gonna skip him talking about Red Dead 2 and any other game that I haven't played.
Next game is God of War. Sony
Also haven't beaten God of War yet. From what I've played, it was fun, and I'm just not addicted yet.
Next up is Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, the Grand Theft Auto series has always been overrated garbage. The only good Grand Theft Auto game is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. All the rest of the games are complete trash. This whole series is just really overrated garbage, and this one takes the cake. This is easily the most overrated, garbage Grand Theft Auto game ever made. The game was so boring, I had to force myself to beat it, and as soon as I did, I never went back. The game...
He never beat it. I'm almost sure of it. He never finished it. Also, just because you never went back to a game doesn't mean it's bad. I haven't gone back to Astral Chain yet that game is fucking amazing. I haven't gone back to the first Luigi's Mansion yet, and that game is fucking amazing, but continue.
The game was that trash to me. The story was boring. All 3 characters were trash. The gameplay of switching between the characters, it was stupid. The missions were boring. The free roam was boring. The city was lifeless. Online was complete garbage. Like, I don't know how in the world people are still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online. If you're still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online, quit gaming immediately because you're a moron and you don't deserve to be here. That online is a travesty. It's a joke. No real gamer such as myself on higher levels of thinking such as myself can ever take that online seriously, man. Next game is Fortnite.
Okay, Fortnite. This should be easy. You can literally just spell out everything wrong with it without playing the game at all. Just come on, get this right this time.
Now, this list isn't really numbered or in order or anything, but if I had to choose one game that is easily the worst of the decade, it would be this game. Fortnite it's appalling.
Okay, so Fortnite isn't the worst game of the decade. Like, there's much worse games that I've played this decade, but I can kind of see where he's coming from, so just continue, I guess.
That this game was allowed to be made, allowed to come out, that people played it, it got popular. It's one of the worst games of all time. This game single-handedly destroyed gaming. I mean, don't get me wrong, gaming was already dead before this game, but this game was the final nail in the coffin. This game getting popular told me that there is simply no hope for gaming. If trash like this can get popular, if there are people stupid enough to actually play games like this and feel comfortable with themselves as human beings, then again, there's no hope. There's clearly something off. This game represents everything wrong with gaming. Why modern day gaming is a joke and why it's dead. There's nothing more that needs to be said about Fortnite. It's just easily one of the worst games of all time, if not the worst game of all time.
Wow. That was probably the easiest game. You could have said why it sucks, and you didn't. All you said was, Fortnite is bad. You are dumb. Gaming is dead, just over and over again in different ways.
Next up is Overwatch. This game is pure overrated trash at its finest. I mean, now first-person shooters have always been trash, but this one takes the cake. I mean, wow, a boring, repetitive, casual, no skill required piece of trash.
I'll admit, from what I've played of Overwatch, it is pretty easy and it doesn't require much skill to be good at, but being easy doesn't make it not fun. And I know I said Fortnite was too easy, but at least this is a little harder. It gives you somewhat of a challenge and requires teamwork, and playing with a friend can also be pretty fun, but I guess this guy doesn't have any friends, so yeah.
The maps suck. The guns sucked, the characters all sucked, they had no personality, they just kept making the same character over and over again.
Okay, that I can agree. The characters are really lifeless, and they're basically, I am a person who is on a team, and they might have different nationalities, but you actually have to look those up, and that's basically as in-depth as their character gets. So, congrats, Young. You gave a valid explanation for why something is bad. 10 minutes into your goddamn video.
It was a boring arena shooter, so there was no ADSing, there was no sprint button. It was just stupid. This game died immediately. As soon as it came out, it died.
Yeah, it is kinda dead, but it's not a reason why it sucks. The Last of Us is Online is dead. Does that make the experience any worse? Hell no. Nobody really talks about how good Ocarina of Time is anymore. Does that lessen the quality? Absolutely not. Nice try, but you're fucking retarded.
Nobody's talking about Overwatch anymore. They're desperately trying to make an Overwatch 2, which is going to happen the same way. It's going to flop. Nobody's going to be playing it. Making another game is not going to change anything. At its core, Overwatch is trash. And no real gamer such as myself on higher levels of thinking such as myself should be playing a game like this. Period. Stop playing first-person shooters, you casuals. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Nintendo is at it again, once again milking games because they have no originality or creativity.
Milking games because they have no originality. Yes, sure. Let me show you every milked game Nintendo has put out over the past 3 years that has no originality at all. Yep, no originality. That was literally everything in my collection marked Nintendo except 1, 2 Switch, and even that can kind of be fun sometimes.
Like, why is Smash Bros. Still a thing? Why wasn't this series canned a long time ago?
Because people like it. When people like something, you make more of it. I can tell that you don't work.
I mean, the concept of it is corny. You have all these characters from different games coming together to fight. It's such a kiddie and childish game.
Being kiddie and childish doesn't make it bad. Video games at their heart are meant for people under 18. Kids, teens. I mean, you act like a kid, so why the hell does this matter?
Not a real fighting game. No real fighting game fans or none of the fighting game community takes Smash Bros. Seriously. Like, nobody plays it.
Nobody plays Smash. I'm gonna read this article to you. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch has smashed its way into record-breaking books, earning the title as the best-selling fighting game of all time. The title was previously held by Street Fighter II, which sold 15.5 million units after releasing 7 unique versions since its original launch in 1991. Yep. Nobody plays it. Nobody at all.
It'll never be a fighting game series that people look at and take seriously. It's always just going to be, oh, you play Smash? What's wrong with you? Like, Smash Bros. Players are just weirdos. They smell funny. They look funny. I mean, I don't know. There's something just off about Smash Bros. Players. And
there's also something off about your fan base. First of all, it's only like 2 or 3 people you comment on your channel.
And this game is just trash. It doesn't deserve to be talked about. Didn't deserve the scores it got when it came out. The game was just horrible. Just another copy and paste job by Nintendo.
Yet again, never gives a valid explanation. He's given a valid explanation 1 time, and I'm pretty sure it was on accident. 1 time.
Next up is Spider-Man PS4. Now, you can tell Sony's getting desperate when they have to make a Spider-Man game. I mean, really trying to capitalize off the whole milk-to-death superhero craze. You know, you see the Avengers and you're like, oh man, maybe we can make some money off of this and make a superhero game and get all the casual idiots that only watch superhero movies to come over and buy our game. And it's...
Casuals like this game. Therefore, it is bad. This guy probably texts in all caps.
Still didn't work because this game flopped. This was one of the worst selling games the year it came out.
Yep, it flopped. I quote exactly, Marvel's Spider-Man sales swing to a whopping 13.2 million units worldwide, and it's a PS4 exclusive. That's a flop. Definitely.
Nobody paid attention to this game. I mean, of course, you had Sony fanboys hyping it up, but they hype up anything Sony. They don't know any better. They're idiots. This game is nothing but a Batman Arkham ripoff, but worse in every...
It's an Arkham ripoff. Yep. That's your reasoning for why it sucks. Luigi's Mansion is a Ghostbusters ripoff, but that doesn't make it bad. Your point exactly?
Wait, it's like you copy the game, copy and paste, and you still get it wrong. The Arkham games are way better than this garbage. But yeah, just nothing but an Arkham ripoff with a Spider-Man skin. That's it. Sony copy and pasting games once again. The gameplay was just boring, repetitive trash. The story made no sense. The graphics sucked. I mean, just an embarrassment to gaming. Next game is Minecraft. What a stupid game this is. How can you feel comfortable playing Minecraft? Especially in 2019, because there's people that still play this garbage. It's still popular, and why? This game is the very definition of corny, going around doing nothing but building things. It's a Bob the Builder simulator, a Lego simulator. For people that wanted to be creative in real life but couldn't do it, so they had to come to a video game. Oh, but come on, Young, have you seen the crazy things people build in Minecraft? It's so creative, like, there's so much creativity. Well, why aren't they putting that creativity into the real world? They're doing it in video games because they can't do it in the real world, because they're not really creative. What a terrible game. Minecraft is a joke, and anybody that likes this game and plays this game cannot be taken seriously.
All he talked about in Minecraft was the fan base. That's literally it. Nothing else. Just the fan base. The fuck?
Next game is Horizon Zero Dawn. Now this game once again proves Sony has no idea what they're doing. I mean, all they did with this game was rip off Transformers. That's all.
It's more of a ripoff of Breath of the Wild, which is not a bad thing, but whatever. Also, on a side note, you said that Breath of the Wild was worse than Horizon in one of your past videos, and Horizon was a great game, but now you say it sucks? Pretty suspicious, not gonna lie.
They did. Let's rip off Transformers. Let's add some boring main characters. So let's make another SJW game with a boring female lead that has no depth or personality or originality. Let's throw some random, boring, stiff, clunky gameplay in there. Make the controls unresponsive. Add tons of bugs and glitches. Let's keep making the same story with The Last of Us over and over again. And
the story for Horizon is nothing like The Last of Us. At all.
Sony just keeps ripping off their own games. There's nothing original about this game. The only people that like Horizon Zero Dawn are casuals, frauds, fake gamers, and Sony fanboys. There's a reason why this game got 0 awards at the Game Awards, because nobody cares. Most people knew it was garbage except for Sony fanboys, idiots, casuals, and fake gamers. Period. The story was trash, the gameplay was boring and repetitive, the graphics sucked, there was nothing good about Horizon Zero Dawn.
You liked it. You deleted the video because you're a fucking pussy, but I remember you specifically said, actual great games like Horizon Zero Dawn don't win Game of the Year, but Breath of the Wild does. Nice. Smart. You really are the king of gaming.
Next up is the Resident Evil 2
Okay, so I'm gonna skip through the rest of these because I don't know if he's right or wrong. 9 out of 10 times he's wrong, because all of these games that he's about to talk about I haven't played yet, because I only just recently got my PS4 like about a month ago, so I really can't say that much about some of these games. So yeah, I'm just gonna maybe talk about it in another video. I don't know. So one thing that just blows the whole door open for the thought that he hates the mainstream is that instead of picking an actual bad Call of Duty game, he picks the newest one. He could have picked Black Ops 4 and said that it was a Fortnite ripoff. He could have said how now you get one less feature in replace of a Battle Royale mode. He could have actually made a point, but no, he didn't, and here we are. With this shit YouTube channel, I'll be honest, it's probably the worst channel I've ever seen. He treats everyone like crap. He's the exact opposite of what you should do when you have a YouTube channel. Tweez's YouTube channel was generic and bad, but this is just, I hate the mainstream and you're an idiot. I win, bye-bye. Okay, so I hope I got my point across better this time, and I hope I convinced you that YoungDefiant is just not a good YouTuber. He's not a good person. You really shouldn't subscribe to his channel. YouTube should really take away his ad revenue and nobody should be donating to him, so I really hope you learned something from this video, and how not to treat your viewers, since they're really the most important part of your channel, because without them, no one would be able to make your videos seen to people. So if you are watching this, hit the like button. Make this video seen. Make YoungDefiant see it. I want him to see it, and send a message to him of what the 90% of his viewers see in him. A worthless fraud who doesn't have a real job and should be ashamed of his channel. It is possible to make good rants without offending people. The Word of Wolf, which is one of my favorite YouTubers, he deleted his channel, but still, was really amazing at this. YoungDefiant is not. He never gets his points across, and all his videos are just saying This game sucks and you are dumb, but just in different ways. So if this video really does become a success like the last one, I'll probably make another a year from now. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you're new and you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. We're really close to 200 subscribers, and I really feel like by the time I start 9th grade, we'll have passed up Billy as the Goat, or Billy TM, whatever the hell he calls his channel now. But please like and subscribe. I do game reviews, rants, commentaries, montages, streams, and movie reviews. I do a lot, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.